Hi, this is Doug Wrench, and today we're going to be looking at some Rawlings helmets from the early 1960s, late 50s, early 60s, right through 1969, which is kind of like after that period of time, you don't really see the Rawlings football helmets that much. But we have four helmets here, certainly not all the ones that they made, but it gives you a little bit of an overview of the actual helmets that would have been used in high school, college, and some in pro. The first helmet, this is the HC Psycholite. And as you can see, this helmet it's unrestored. We actually polished it, but it's pretty much unrestored. One of the characters of a Rawlings helmet are these snaps that they use for the inner ear pads. It's kind of characteristic. You'll see that on the other helmets, some of the other helmets as we go along. This one we know it's an older one because it has the kind of the ear clamshells. I always call these monkey helmets. I don't know, people also had weird names for them, but it's got the Rawlings face mask on it. It's got a Rydell chin strap. That's not original. But if you look inside, you'll see the padding. And right away you'll notice, if you've seen the Wilson F2000, this helmet is almost identical to that. It's a little bit different, but certainly the same configuration with the heavy leather-covered padding in it. And the big ear pads on the side. You can generally spot the Wilson helmets from how the ear pads come up very high, but this is one that's in extremely good condition. These probably would have been used up until 1969 before teams really started changing over to Rydell's. Next one we have is an HC20, early to mid 60s. You can see the padding on this one is actually stitched in front and back. The top section held in with rivets. So again, we didn't restore this helmet, we just cleaned it and buffed it. It was actually painted, so we removed the old paint and buffed it up. It's got a single bar Rydell face mask on it. And you look inside, it's basically vinyl padding, kind of coated vinyl. So that's the HC20. Now here's a slightly later model, HC5. Don't ask me why the numbers don't follow the age. I don't know why they do that. But you can see it's a little more modern in design. Inside we've got regular snap-in ear pads, leather ones, and all the padding inside these helmets, with the exception of the top part. The top part is a plastic coated foam, but the foam on the front and back is all very thin, coated with leather. So that's very nice quality construction. Nice thing if you're going to restore one of those, I mean, here's the identification. You can barely make out the HC5. If you're going to restore one of these, the nice thing is all the padding has these strange, X pattern screws on them. So it all unscrews and comes out, which is really nice because then you can go ahead and properly restore it. And this has got a Rawlings white 2-bar face mask on it. Then we'll move along to the later model helmet, and this is probably the last one you see really for high school helmets being used regularly. This is an HND Airflow design. Now they made the Airflow, and again, this is the leather covered foam with the top pad, very similar to the helmet we just looked at, the HC5. Very, very similar to separate ear pads on the sides. But they also made this in a suspension helmet, the same basic Airflow model. So you'll see it that way or this way, Again, the snaps that hold in the padding here, the padding is held in, and I've painted over them here, but you can see it's that same unusual snap that's on all the Rawlings helmets. And again, it looks very similar in profile to a Rydell. It's got a Rawlings 2-bar gray face mask on it, which looks like a Rydell BT5, but it's not, or BD9. So that's kind of going through the Rawlings in the 1960s, and that's kind of where they went with the development of their helmets. A lot of their helmets got replaced with the Riddell helmets when they came out with the water and air helmets, and a lot of these you weren't seen after that date. So they're a little hard to find to restore them, but when you see them, they're, it's nice to snatch them up. They're still reasonably priced, and restore them and add them to your collection. Thanks for watching. Bye.